Hi, Member Cats. How you doing? This is the third part of the Stalker series. The thing that I finally decided to open up about. It was kind of like a dark secret. I didn't really want people to look at me in that image. I wanted you to see me as the goofy, funny Kira, the one that just does the drunk baking or makes really good drinks. I didn't really know how to feel about it because I've already talked about this one other time before, the whole victim card. I don't do that. I don't want to play a victim. I like the fact that I'm a strong woman. Not a lot like this right now evidently is our era, but I like the fact that I'm a strong woman. I'm just going to leave it at that. Also, if any of you are interested, this hair is not going to be this color. It's actually going to be black next go around. So yeah, that being said, let us get into the Stalker series. Let me move up a little more too, because like you can, there we go. There we go. All right. When we had first last off, before I said I was dating a guy. Okay. This person and me, I had dated him. I think I had dated him like a couple times. It's weird. Like it was one of those off and on relationships. And the reason why this person was somewhat special to me is they knew about the stalking. They knew how it felt. They knew about all the triggers, all the stuff that you get. Also, that I forgot to mention that if you have triggers, if you don't like stalking, if you don't like abuse, neglect, whatever, I forget what else in this part. If you just don't like bad things, please click to any of my other videos. They should be below. I have drunk baking and lots of other goofy things. Watch me make a drink. Make a drink yourself. Like, go ahead and have a good time. But if you really like dark stuff and you've been watching since part 1, you're going to like part 3. Because there's some twisted that goes on. That's the best way to describe it is like real twisted though. Like, that being said, I'll get into it. This person, like I said, it was off and on. I really liked them. They were a good person, kind of, whatever. And that's the weird thing. I dated this person, and you would think that, okay, she's dating, things are easier. No, not at all. He stalked the dude. Like, he would come to his work and like, hey, how you doing? How is so-and-so? Talking about me, like, come up to him at his workplace and like, hey, how are you doing? Like, weird stuff like that. What was even stranger is his sister was friends with him. So this person went over to the house and saw this person that I was talking about, basically my stalker. And he tells me the next day, I remember the phone call, he goes, Kira, so-and-so is at my sister's house. I'm like, what? Like, I really didn't know what to say at that moment because I was thinking, that's really strange. Because he had already said so-and-so was at his work, and I told him, like, back off, don't talk to him, ignore them, act like they're not there, do what you can. And then, like, I do remember, too, when he said that about the work thing, he was asking, like, oh, how am I? What am I up to? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're dating her. Like, it was weird. And then, like I said, the next day he goes to hang out with his sister and his family, and dude's just sitting there. Walk up in the house, guy's just sitting there with the other broad that he cheated on me with. I'm like, okay, cool, wow, that's weird. Okay, so I talk to this person and I tell them, don't give them any information. If you do give them anything, give them the least bit of information that you can think of before, because then that person could actually track me down, figure out where my house is, figure out where I've been, and that, if you've ever been stalked, is not good. You don't know, like, you don't want the stalker to figure out where you are, because as soon as they figure it out, not only will they become obsessed again, but they could do something to harm you. They could kill you, they could murder you, they could rape you, etc. They could do a lot of bad things. We'll just chalk it up to that. So he tells me, and then we go on about it, you know, we going on, it was like a couple weeks, and then the dude showed up again, so he finally, again, little bits of information. But this person kept coming around the family, and I think his sister's husband was like friends with them, so he kept saying the guy that I was dating, which, not even going to mention how weird that is. But the fact that it kept going on. So what me and the other person decided to do that I was dating at the time, we said, we're going to, like, basically he's going to get information out of him, talk to him, stuff like that. Act like he cares, act like he's his friend, whatever. Which was a bad idea because some people are smart and they can get information. Some people. There's not a lot of people like that. There's not a lot of girls or guys. Some are really good and they can just get little bits of information. Figure out what the person is doing, figure out where they live, which my only concern was just trying to keep this person as far away from me as possible. I would like to admit, during all of these things, I did not want any of the attention I got. And you also have to remember at this point in time, too, this had been 4 or 5 years. I'm dating someone totally new, and this person's still doing the same stuff. They're around his family. They're now stalking him. Even at one point, and this is terrible, this has to do with my own family, he was friends with my cousin and my cousin's wife at the time. And they were like, oh, you should talk to so-and-so. He really wants to talk to you. He wants to apologize. I forget or what the actual words were. And I blatantly told the girl that he was with at the time, like, look, sweetheart, that stuff has nothing to do with you. You literally just need to stay out of it. That's not something you need to be involved with. Chalked it up to that. So again, as I'd already pointed out, he got desperate. He did this last time. Remember, he got desperate and contacted my friends, my family, etc. This time it's my family, the guy I'm dating, his family. This dude is just sick. He's nonstop. And it's crazy to think about that a person can become that infatuated with another human to the point where they just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. But yeah, what I was trying to say is I got him to play both sides. On my part, I thought it was a good idea. I thought the person that I was with truly cared and wanted to help me. God, was I dumb. This person was also older than me. It was off and on, like, I think 2.5 years I had actually been with the person. And he plays both sides. But what I don't freaking seem to understand is he's actually feeding him good information. He's telling him things about, recent things about me and things that only, like, intimate things that someone would know. Which to me is creepy because, dude, this is a stalker, my ex, that I was engaged to, and you know this, and then you're talking to him, and this person basically is manipulating stuff out of you, and you're letting it happen. Maybe I got smart because I was around it for so long, and I figured out, hey, I'm not going to tell this person anything about me. If he wants to look for me, he can Google me, he can look everywhere he wants to. You're not going to find me. You will now, but that's besides the point. But yeah, he's telling this person, you know, where, I don't think he ever mentioned where I lived, but he would, like, tell him, like, I don't know how to explain it, like, what I was up to, what I was doing, what color my hair is, like, weird things like that, which is strange. The fact that we were dating, how long we had been dating, things like that. What really sucked about this situation is I told you that this person was a master manipulator. This person not only manipulated the other one to where he was feeding him information, he actually made him believe that my story, the way that I said, like, the stalking and everything that happened, he kind of made him agree to think that it was just normal boyfriend and girlfriend drama. And the person I was with actually told me, you know, there's two sides to every story, and I get that. I understand two sides to each story, but when one side is telling you, oh no, it was just a breakup, no, I just want to talk to her, I just want to see her, if I could just see her one more time, everything would be better. Like, come on, that's kind of messed up. Like, call me crazy, but I think that that's weird. If someone is thinking like that, and the fact that you yourself think that's okay as a human, something's wrong with you too. Thank God I actually figured that out. Because when he blatantly told me this, I literally looked at him, and you have to remember, this is someone I had been dating, someone I truly cared about. I was okay with later on actually having a family with this person, and they say this to me. That is the biggest low blow, by the way, I would like to point out. Biggest thing, below the belt, whatever the heck you want to call it, that is the worst thing you can tell someone, especially a victim who has been dealing with this for 5 years. 5 years! It wasn't just 1 or 2 years. It wasn't like it was just 2 days. It was like a long time, and it actually kind of broke me up inside because I couldn't understand why he 1, why he kept going around the person. 2, why he was feeding him the information. And 3, why in the world was it the person that I cared about he manipulated into the point where he believed him? Like, I don't know. And it sounds crazy to talk about and to tell you, oh yeah, I was dating a guy and, I was being stalked. He was being stalked too, but he actually believed the stalker. Like, what? Like, that'll really blow your mind, right? But that really happened, and it sounds like it'd be something off of TV or a made up story. No, like it legitly happened, to the point where this person and me, after that, basically had a falling out because I wasn't going to be around that. I was like, this person's going to make it so my stalker can be closer to me, be near me more, and know what I'm doing. I'm not going to have that. So I didn't. We had a falling out. What I would like to mention to people who have dealt with situations or who have had a stalker like this person too, like I said, that falling out was over and done with. A couple months to years later, I get a random text message. I think it was Christmas or my birthday. Happy birthday. I missed you. I love you. Blah, blah, blah. It was like it all started again. And it was weird because at this point, I hadn't been with that person. I actually was with a new person, and it was just like it was happening all over again. And then suddenly, everything went cold. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, the stalking and everything, it just stopped. And I was kind of happy, but every time I thought it stopped, this is a thing that happens with most women that are stalked, or even if you've ever been stalked. You think it's good, you think everything's over and done with, and it's not. The person will just jump out of the woodworks, which is kind of what happened with me. I told you the falling out. I later on got with a good person and was very worried that the stalking thing would still be a problem. It turns out this person I'm talking about actually ended up going to jail. The stalker, he went to jail for, I think it was something that had to do with an underage girl. Go figure. I was underage when he met me. And like a couple other like weird charges. So he actually had been in jail for like 4 or 5 years. I don't know now. I think he's out on, like, he's been out on bail or whatever you want to call it. Like, I don't know how that works. I've never been to jail, but I think he's been out for a while. He doesn't have anything to do with me now. I'm actually fine now. The person I'm with now also knows all about this stuff, and he understands that I still have problems. I still have issues. I really can't help it. I have a lot of PTSD now because of it, and I told you guys before with the with the abuse, the mental and physical abuse. I have lots of anxiety and a lot of like depression. Like I said, it's just some normal things. The PTSD is very normal for anyone who's ever been in a very abusive relationship. They go through things like that. They can't help it. But the one I'm with now totally understands. I actually even asked him before I did this series, do you think it'd be a good idea to talk about it? What if so-and-so says something? He goes, okay, cool. Put it on the internet. Show people what it's like, how hard it is. And it is true. I literally felt like I kind of like hid this for so long that it was like, it's hard to explain. I just felt like I had just hidden this big part of my life, and I'm all over the internet now. Like, you would think that I wouldn't want to hide it, but I just didn't want, I guess, people to think less of me, or people to think that I'm crazy because I had this happen, because I did for the longest time think it was my fault for something I did. Like, I did something. That's why this person got obsessed, when in all reality, no. Infatuation happens, whether we want to think about it or not. You're looking at a picture on Instagram, you think someone's nice, you go to the next thing, you think they're pretty. There's some people out there that'll look at it and they'll become obsessed. There's celebrities that have had the same thing happen, to where people break in their houses. Like, it's pretty normal. If you actually look up the statistics in not Georgia, in U.S., stalking's pretty regular. It's like something that happens almost every day. So this was just my story. This was what happened to me. There's a lot of twists and turns, and I know you guys are probably still like, what? Like, the guy you were with, like, teamed up with him and, like, was working with him? Like, really? Yeah, that did happen. No, I have no contact with any of these people. I'm actually trying to be a happy person now. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you don't see that I'm rambling. I do that a lot when I'm nervous, but this is something I've been wanting to talk about, and I think I'm happy that I did it. I hope you guys like this video. If so, please like and subscribe below. Also, don't forget, if you would like to, there are going to be more videos coming out. New, more happy, uplifting. But if you guys did like this, again, leave the like below. The little bell, just turn that on and you'll get more footage of this. Yep. So I hope you guys are having a good day. If you are at work, just remember, people go through stuff all the time. You don't know what their battle is. Be sweet. Be kind, please. We need more kindness in this world. Secondly, just in general, if you're watching this when you get off work, or if you're just randomly going to watch it, I hope you enjoy this. I did put everything that I wanted into this series. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to go. But bye, my mer kitties, with much love to my cats. Bye, mers.